It is over.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to our podcast tonight. First of all, thank you for being patient. We just came off of an amazing interview. Cannot wait to get that out to you guys because it was absolutely awesome. Jeff, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm back.
Cool. Jeff reached out to Monica Dupree. Jeff, man, you got to tell the guys how Monique. Oh my goodness, Monique. Good Lord, Monique Dupree. Yeah, just spent an hour and a half talking to her, and Joe screws up her name. Yes, awesome, awesome. I'm just flabbergasted. She was amazing, absolutely amazing. If you don't know who she is, go and check her out on Twitter. She is an actress. She's been in hundreds of horror films, and she's also in House of Hardcore. She's a wrestler, and with Mr. Tommy Dreamer. And Jeff tried to get me in trouble. And I think he may have. I think he may have gotten me in trouble. I'm in big trouble, guys. I might be in big trouble. And they were waiting to see if he was going to show up on the show. I could have been in real big trouble. But thankfully we got out of there, but it may not have been in time.
She's still going to tell him.
I know she is going to. I know she's going to tell him now, thanks to Jeff. Oh, my God. See, now I know where all this police stuff came from and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah. Joe's in big trouble. Oh, my goodness. No, dude, what a great interview, Jeff.
Dude, it was, I mean, honestly, I thought it would be great, but I didn't think it'd be that great. Honestly, guys, I'm just going to be real with you. had we not had this scheduled, we'd probably still be talking to her.
Yeah, honestly, I could have talked to her for hours. Some great stuff. Just she talked about how she got into wrestling, talked about, the state of women's wrestling, talked to us about horror films and behind the scenes there. And then the inspirational speech she gave for anybody that's out there, especially women who want to get into the business, who want to be in movies even, was very inspiring and was amazing to listen to. She kind of gave us a little bit of the dark too, a little bit of the lousy things that happened. She told us about. So, it was a fantastic interview, and we'll let you guys know when we get that out to you, so you can all hear it. It was a tremendous interview, and she's certainly welcome to come back on the show anytime. It was just absolutely great. Talked a lot about Tommy Dreamer, talked a lot about ECW, and just so good. What a great person.
Yeah. And me and her are actually messaging back and forth right now. So
that's awesome.
She will be making another appearance.
That's awesome.
On the show. And that was amazing. And you know what's crazy is that, I didn't geek out. I don't think I geeked out too much about this, but her brother's freaking Candyman, dude.
Yeah. Yes. Her brothers. You guys know how much Jeff and I love horror films. Candyman, that's her brother. How amazing
is her brother.
How amazing. That was so awesome. What a great interview. See, this is exactly why we told you guys we want to get back to doing interviews again, because it's so awesome to talk to people like this that are involved in, and this is the culmination of what we've always talked about. Like, we always cross horror over with wrestling, and she talks about that too. I asked her about it, and I'm not spoiling any of the interview, but she kind of talks about the connection between the two. So be on the lookout, because you guys are really going to love it. You get to hear a dog. She was down in a bar in a hotel room talking to us, and you heard screaming kids. And you heard a dog barking in a hotel bar room. So
we have to tell them where she was. She is in Nashville right now.
She is.
Where they tape
Impact
Wrestling.
Yes.
And that's why she's in Nashville. So she's waiting. She was actually waiting on Tommy Dreamer. And she said a bunch of them, I'm pretty sure, would have just come through the bar. And
oh, man.
Crazy would that have been?
Oh, man, dude. I'm in big trouble. I don't even want to talk about it now anymore. I'm in big trouble. I might get called. I might really now get called. I might get messaged by Tommy Dreamer. I'm in trouble. I might be in big trouble. But yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. We will have that to you as soon as we can. But anyway, thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for, I know I sent that word. We were going to come on a little bit late. So thank you all for joining us tonight, of course, for our podcast. And we're back on YouTube, as you can see. So that's awesome. Dallas Stars fan says first, hello to you. Butterspark, hello to you. DJB Tazzy, yes, it is an insiders party tonight. We came off an awesome interview, so it is awesome. Imtiaz is here, hello to you. Mustafa's here, hello to you. Jessi Calynn's here, hello to you, Jessi. Days fan is here, hello to you. Rusty Shackleford, I think a little birdie might have mentioned somebody's birthday is today, Mr. Shackleford. Happy birthday to you. Today is Rusty's birthday. Happy birthday, man. I hope you enjoyed your day. And I hope you had a great one. And thanks for coming and spending part of it with us tonight, because, I'm not too sure a lot of people would want to be with us on their birthday, but thank you for coming. Appreciate that. Jason says, hope Gary has some. Gary could not be could not do any audio for us tonight. He's just got too much going on, so it's all us. And I know what you're talking about. We'll touch on that a little bit. I don't. Again, I'm not going into depth with it, Jason, because I don't know much about it. I read the tweet. I read the person's tweets, but I'm not spending a heck of a lot of time on it because I'm not getting into things that aren't confirmed or any of that kind of stuff yet. So I'm not gonna come out here and bash somebody and say something's true when I don't know what is going on enough yet. So hello, Sonny. Hello to you. Nice to see you. Hope you are well. Did I miss anybody else? Chris is here. Hello, Chris. How are you tonight? I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I think I got everybody. All right. So anyway, before we get started, let me just go over our schedule for the rest of the week. So tomorrow night, 10, yes, because it's easy to remember. 10 tomorrow night, it will be our Survivor Series preview show. So we'll be on after SmackDown tomorrow night. We'll be talking all about Survivor Series and what we think is going to happen on Sunday. And then, of course, we will be back on Sunday for Survivor Series. We did invite DJ B. Tazzy to come on the show with us again. So it'll be Jeff, it'll be Jody, it'll be Tazzy. Maybe we might get a Brandy appearance. Not sure. Yeah. That's possible. And then I will be along after work. But I will be on once work is done. And right, stupid work. But I will be on once work is done. I probably get home around 8:15-ish, so I will be on after that. But make sure you join us for tomorrow night's show and also for Survivor Series on Sunday, which the Undertaker thing might make me shed a tear from what I'm understanding is going to go on there. Yeah. So we will see. That might be a little hard to watch, maybe harder than some of the matches to watch. But yes, make sure you guys are there and join us. So. All right. Going forward with the show, as you can see, we are back on YouTube in all formats. We will continue to do that going forward. And also now going forward, we are going to change the format a little bit. We're going to start off with the news, and then we will have Gary joining us, hopefully when he can. I know he's really, really busy, but we will have him kind of have his own little segment that we will have him do some stuff for us going forward. So, news is first. So, all right, since you guys brought it up, we'll get to that. Yes, there was a tweet about AEW. Apparently, the person is he's a producer, I believe. Again, I was able to read it, but I didn't get to dig into all this. So he was a person who was doing some behind the scenes stuff and wasn't treated very well. There's claims of bullying and, things like that. And, look, again, I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. I'm nowhere near anywhere, that I can speak to this and say what is true and what is not. So I'm not going to do that because this is going to it's out there, and what's going to happen from it, we will see. I just don't know enough to know. It wasn't very good things that were spoken about, specifically Cody Rhodes. And other facets of AEW. So that's all I can really say about it, guys. And I'm not going to say any more because, again, I read it. But again, so far, all we have is just a story from this gentleman. And I'm not turning around and saying he's not being truthful because I have no reason to, but I also have no reason to say that, I can certify this as facts because I don't have that. So yeah. But that's, I'm sure this thing is going to, Sonny just said there's some newer news. I'm sure this thing is going to blow up. And we're going to see, where the reactions are going to come from, what the reactions are going to be. And I'm sure it's going to just go from there. But this is breaking stuff that just hit about maybe 40 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago. You guys can formulate your own opinions on it. Like I said, I just don't I just don't have enough enough of the facts, enough of anything on it to know what's going on or how it happened. I just read the 4 little passages that he put out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some there, who knows. Like I said, hey, I'm not denying it. I'm not saying it didn't happen, and I'm not saying it did happen. I'm just saying that I have zero opinion on it because I just don't know enough about it, Jeff. I don't know if you read about it at all or got a chance to look at it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it, and I read the first thing that I did was I read through the guy's thread. I read through all of his posts because, the one thing I'll say is some of the dirt sheets out there have picked this thing up and they have titled it in ways that are all about clickbait.
Right.
And the one thing that I'll say in reading this, and I want people to understand, is that this guy worked alongside AEW.
Yep.
He worked for a production company that works hand in hand, basically alongside AEW to produce videos. He was a video editor, and in some cases, is basically they produced video stuff for him, and he did some other things. But the one thing I'll say is that you can't take allegations like this lightly. But having said that, you also have to allow things to play out as well, because it will. Please believe that this will be looked into, I hope, and this will be addressed. The only thing that I'll say I don't, like Joe, I don't have an opinion on it, but I will just say that if it's true, even the slightest bit of it is true, then that's pretty doggone discouraging. Is what I'll say.
Yeah. It's definitely not good. I mean, there's no part of it that is. Listening to his story that he told, and I'm sure it was told from the heart, is very, very discouraging, like Jeff said. Absolutely. I mean, there's no part of it that's good. I don't know. Like Jeff said, I'm sure this is the first time we've heard of this, and this will not be the last we've heard of it. And like Jeff said, I just hope that with anything like this, that they will investigate it, they will look into it, the proper people will look into it, and things don't, if it is indeed true, and this did happen the way this gentleman said, and again, like I said, I have no reason to believe he's lying at all, but look, the unfortunate thing about this kind of stuff, guys, is we live in the day of social media. And unfortunately, when something like this that is so personal to someone is shared to social media, it's a two-way street, because you just, a lot of times you wonder, well, is there a chain of command where the person could have gone before and maybe he did. That's what I said. It's just a very, very touchy thing, and it's very, very hard to formulate any sort of opinion here. And I'm not. I'm just not going to, because I would be wrong to say that I know anything of one person to another, and there's going to be stuff that's going to come out as anything. I mean, if we would have been around when the Tessa thing happened, when any of that kind of stuff happened, it would have a lot of it would have been the same. But I'm sure as we go on, you will get more and more news about this, and we will see what happens with this gentleman and with AEW, of course, and we'll see what goes on. So you guys asked us to address it, so we did. Okay, let's get to some happier news, some little more positive news, shall we? So NXT last night was amazing. DJB Tazzy. Oh, it was so good. NXT last night was awesome. DJB Tazzy does an NXT watch along, which I was in there for a little while watching that with him. Does a great job with that. So if you guys want a place to go and watch NXT every week, make sure you check out Tazzy's stream. But it was amazing. The Rhea Ripley Io Shirai match was fire. From start to finish, and I didn't think anything less. Of that, I didn't think it would not be. But the news going around today is that we could have seen the last of Rhea Ripley in NXT. It could have been her last appearance. It kind of had that look a little bit when they were done. She went over and she kind of raised Io Shirai's hand at the end of the match, and it looked pretty emotional to me. And other people picked up on it as well. I was listening to Busted Open today, and they had talked about it as being that could have been it. And the next time we see Rhea Ripley might be the Royal Rumble, and she might be an entrant in the Royal Rumble and be called up to the main roster. And if that's the case, then congrats to her. She obviously got a taste of it last year at WrestleMania when she wrestled Charlotte, which was also a great match. Rhea's awesome, and she deserves the world. And and if this is the last time we indeed did see Rhea, then I have no doubt that she's going to kill it when she comes up to the main roster. So, Jeff, I know you didn't get to see the show, but I also know that you love Rhea Ripley as well, and I know that seeing her get elevated, moved up to the main roster, I know it's exciting.
Absolutely, man, and I want people to remember this too. Rhea Ripley is 23 years old.
Yeah,
23,
crazy.
And her persona, her in-ring work, microphone skills. I mean, she has it. I mean, we talked about this, with Con Man. She has it, and Mustafa, thank you. She just turned 24. So it's like, she has all of this. I mean, unreal potential. So I'm really excited to see her on Raw or SmackDown. Kind of being. I think she'll probably end up on Raw because I think they're lacking a little.
Yeah.
But selfishly, I would love to see her on SmackDown. Throw her in the mix with Bianca Belair and Sasha and Bayley and everybody they have.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just unreal in terms of talent. So I wish her the best. I am definitely going to rewatch NXT. What I've been doing recently is I've been going back and rewatching on Hulu the next day without the commercials, which is fantastic. So yeah, but she's a star. She's a star, and I mean, the star is only going to get brighter. Yes,
absolutely. And then after that, we got, let me say, some people joined in. Let me just say hello to Jen Carter. Hello to you. Eric Buchanan says, how's it going? It's going awesome, man. We came off of an amazing interview. It's been an awesome night. And then, of course, we got the return of Finn Balor as well. And he brought some friends to the party. So Pat McAfee and his bunch came down to the ring. Looked like they were gonna, not greet him so well. And man, we got the music and we got the Undisputed Era rejoining and coming down to the ring to fight with Finn Balor. And I mean, everybody's changing sides. Now you got the Undisputed Era going. It looks like they're all faces now. Yeah. People are talking more and more today about Bray Wyatt now being a face, him and Alexa being faces. So people are changing up. They're changing some things. Return of the UE, baby, says Butterspark. Yes, that was an amazing moment last night on the show too. Also, don't undersell don't undersell the promos for War Games, which War Games is going to be awesome. They talked about Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is going to be back. He was in War Games last year, and that promo by Shotzi Blackheart, dude, Shotzi's going places. I don't exactly know if they're planning a call up for her, but Shotzi, don't take your eye off of Shotzi Blackheart because she killed it with that promo for War Games. Killed it. Absolutely killed it. And they played Black Sabbath. They played War Pigs in the background. So amazing. And by the way, we will be having War Games and along with DJB Tazzy. So Tazzy will join us for War Games. So we will have we will have War Games for you. I think it's December 5th, I want to say. So that's coming up soon. But yes, of course, Steven Regal came out of War Games. Yes, I'll give you a little Vince and a little Steven Regal at the same time. Yeah, there you go. But War Games is going to be amazing. And NXT last night was just absolute awesomeness, especially the last hour of the show was just amazing. So great show and great seeing some of these guys come back. And then I tweeted it out, Jeff. We got a video, maybe a little over a minute of Mr. Karrion Kross.
Yes, we
training. I'm thinking we might be getting an hourglass back pretty soon, Jeff. Maybe as soon as War Games, when Mr. Balor's in the ring, we might be getting that hourglass coming back. Tick tock, might be coming back sooner than we think. But we talked about this. I mean, we mentioned we thought maybe he was going to go right to the main roster. I mean, or is he going to stay down in NXT and go after Finn Balor?
It's, the thing that I think NXT is shifting, and I know that some people still see it as a developmental brand. I see it as a third brand for WWE, honestly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not stay there? I mean, selfishly, for him to go up against The Fiend or, whoever else would be great. But you can honestly do so many great matches in NXT with him. And I mean, maybe it's just to have him go up against Finn and we get some kind of wonky finish and that's what sends him up to the main roster. But that dude is money. He is just absolutely money. And Scarlett is money. And that's all I can say. I mean, they're just money. They're
guys. Great. We talked about Kross and Scarlett before the whole thing with Alexa happened. Can you imagine?
Oh, God.
Can you imagine WrestleMania? Because look, and here's another rumor for you while we're doing the news. There were rumors that Vince was thinking about Edge and his wife having a match with Bray and Alexa. So now that's kind of been apparently put on the back burner because they still want Edge and Orton. So they were talking about Edge and his wife going up against Bray and Alexa. Could you imagine Kross and Scarlett against Bray and Alexa? Can you imagine?
The alone, Joe. The entrances alone.
Oh my! Can you imagine the entrances to that at a WrestleMania? Oh my God, that would blow my mind. And would that be an amazing match to see? Just incredible match that would be to see. Bray teased it. Teased it a bit. They were talking, people had sent him stuff saying, how cool would this be? And Bray's like, I'm down. So it was teased. So I do that would be absolutely awesome to see. So such great things coming out of NXT lately. And like Jeff said, it does seem like a third brand. Now, piggybacking on that, we got some news about Triple H. Triple H has now been working with the creative team on SmackDown, I believe. He was doing some creative work. So now it looks like we may be seeing a move with Triple H maybe coming up to the main roster and working some creative stuff. Look, you guys have often talked about Vince being a problem and Vince changing stuff and stuff like that. And then it's all corporate and everything like that that's doing the creativity. But look, maybe they're making a little move. Maybe they're making a little slide here where they're going to, maybe Triple H is now going to come into play as a bigger player overall and might be doing some more creativity things. So that's exciting as well.
The news was that he and Bruce Pritchard produced and wrote Raw.
Okay.
And honestly, man, you could, I don't know, maybe it was just me, but you could really tell a difference for Raw on Monday night. Raw was actually pretty good Monday night. So I mean, you could see some creative differences on the show, and hopefully we see more of that.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've all talked about this many, many, many months since we've been doing this show about the creativity there and the creative there. So we've been talking about how Raw, seems like it's just done very poorly and gets messed up, and they're changing scripts and all that kind of stuff. Well, maybe that's over. And maybe we start to see a change now. I mean, obviously, Jeff has mentioned on our show, and you guys have known this as well, that SmackDown has just been way better. And man, I'm telling you guys, take Bray and Alexa and that storyline off of Raw. Oof. I mean, and we didn't have him. We had Alexa in that one little spot with Nikki Cross last week, not this past one, but the week before. And you didn't have Bray at all. You didn't have a fun house. You didn't have anything. It was rough. So yeah, I mean, look, any little bit of this is going to help, and I think it's going to be, really, really cool to see how that goes and how that works out. So, some lighter news. Well, not lighter. It's some happy news, obviously. Jon Moxley and his wife are having a baby. So congratulations to them. He made the announcement during a promo that he cut, which was a little weird. But Renee Young coming out and saying that she is pregnant. So yes, congratulations to them. Another couple in wrestling that is going to have a baby down the road. So might shake up things. Of course, Moxley's still the champion there. Maybe maybe we'll see that change now. Maybe it's Kenny Omega's time to get that belt from him. And maybe we'll see. Maybe that's the direction that they go on AEW. So might be seeing some changes coming up at the top for AEW. So, and then of course, we always, as we do, go back to Impact. We saw last Saturday changing of the guard. We saw, of course, the Good Brothers won the titles in Impact for the first time and took them off of the North. And then we also saw Deonna Purrazzo win her title back from Su Yung, much to the chagrin of DJB Tazzy and myself too. I don't want to see her lose. I'll admit it. But it looks as if she's going right back where she was. Su Yung is probably going to go after Kimber now, which will be fun, except for Johnny Bates won't like that very much. But and then we saw the continuation of the story of who shot Johnny Bravo as well, and it looks like Johnny Swinger might be in just a little bit of trouble, Jeff. Just a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he might be a main suspect, and yeah, I mean, he's gonna be in a world of trouble unless something happens. You know what? Joshua Mickelson just made a comment, and I just realized, but two members of the group, formerly the Shield, have had and will have children this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Moxley will be the third. So, if there's ever a time where they get back together, they can just call themselves the Dads or something like that.
That's true.
With some goofy gimmick and tell dad jokes and do stuff like that.
That what a group of baby pictures that would make. Could you imagine? Could you imagine them all dressed in their Shield gear and holding up their kids? Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny, man. Oh, awesome. Oh, this crazy world we talk about and we all love so much. It's been a crazy few days, all kinds of stuff. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up because obviously Survivor Series also part of that rumor and also part of the stuff that's going around. More and more people being mentioned that are going to show up for the Undertaker on Sunday, and this looks like it's going to be a bit of a tearjerker if all these guys do come. I mean, you know, already people are saying Kane. People now saying the last couple days it's been Kurt Angle who's been mentioned that's going to show up there. Of course, his old crew Jeff as well. I'm sure will make it there.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like it could be really, you know, going to bring some tears to some people's eyes, I'm sure. You know, I mean, if this is indeed the last time, and there's people holding out hope. I know I saw Jody in the chat as well. Hello, Jody. And I know, look, yeah, I mean, you know, people holding out hope that after all of this happens, and now some people are even saying too that maybe we might even see a final tombstone from him. Like some moron like King Corbin might come out and try to interrupt. Or, you know, I mean, we know Corbin was making some, you know, after the whole thing where he retired and the Boneyard match, Corbin came out on the following show and was talking smack, in which Jeff Hardy came out and defended him. But, you know, somebody like Corbin could come down and try to ruin the show, and we might see a final tombstone from The Undertaker. But a lot of people are thinking, are we not only going to get that, but when all is said and done, before the show goes off the air, are the lights going to go out? And are we going to see Red? And are we going to see Bray come down to that ring? I mean, you know, that's another rumor. So a lot of rumors swirling around this whole thing with The Undertaker for Survivor Series, Jeff.
Yeah, man. I mean, we obviously we'll believe it when we see it.
Yeah,
That's kind of where I am.
yeah.
But you know, honestly, I feel like this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be cool to see all of the Bone Street crew back in there. Obviously, there are some members that have unfortunately passed away, like Yokozuna. But you know, I just really, I'm really wanting to see this kind of culminate. And yeah, I don't know. And Butterspark brings up a good point. Tombstone each of the Retribution members. It might actually happen. Slapjack might come out and he might get a tombstone. But yeah, I just honestly, man, I'm really excited to see what they do Sunday night. And honestly, I'm excited to see his interview with Stone Cold for their second Broken Skull sessions. That comes on right after Survivor Series. So I'm really ready to see that too.
Yeah, that's right. That comes on right after the show. That'd be awesome. Somebody mentioned Sting. Eric says if a crow sound goes off during Undertaker's farewell speech and Sting shows up, I was like, oh, no, dude, that would be awesome too.
Yeah.
Imagine if he comes down. Well, no, I don't think they'd be putting him down, coming down from the rafters anymore. I think he's a little bit too old for that. But yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh man, yeah. So much stuff going on. A lot of things in the news, of course, surrounding just about every promotion. That it's absolutely been crazy. I know Pac wrestled his first match back in AEW. So things going on there. Darby Allin, I heard a Darby Allin interview, which was very good on Busted Open over the past week. So he's got things going on. So lots of stuff happening all over the place. And this is usually kind of an off time. I mean, we got Survivor Series coming up, which is kind of a, you know, it's a Raw versus SmackDown kind of a thing. So some people kind of don't get all that excited about about it because nothing's really on the line, no titles on the line or anything like that. But man, it's been a crazy week. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, a lot of stuff in the news, man. So there you go. So we enjoyed talking about the news with you guys again, as we did last week, and we will be doing this every week from here on out as well. So yeah. All right. So let's get to, I guess we'll get to our 3 favorite moments of the week, Jeff.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Let's do that. All right, man. Let's start off with a 3. Oh, before we do this, little note to just kind of keep in the back of your minds. We are going to be starting to compile some information and things like that for our awards show. Now, you guys know we started this whole thing back in the day with our rewards show. That was our very first show that we did last year. Well, we're not going to wait until March to do it this year. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it earlier, so we'll probably do it sometime in January, I would imagine. But don't, get ready. Start thinking of those things. I know I put out those little teaser polls, and you guys gave us some cool answers. So start thinking about who you're gonna vote for, because we're gonna put the votes all out there for you. It's gonna be your awards. Whatever you guys will pick, we will read them off. We will award the winners of what you guys voted for, and then of course we will give our own picks as well, similar to what we did last year. And there you see, look at my face on the screen. My face is on the screen. This is good shit. Yes, it is. It is. And I thought, why not call them the Tigs? We're going to call them the Tigs. Hashtag Tigs. We're going to call them the Tigs, because you know what? It's our award show, and we're going to call them the This Is Good Shit Awards. Yes.
You know
why?
You know why we can do that? Because we can. It's our
Because we can. Yes, we can. Because you know what? It's our show, and we're calling them the Tigs. So hashtag Tigs, Tigs. This is Good Shit Awards. Yes. And my voice is gonna be shot by the end of that show, because I'll probably be saying that a bazillion times, and I will have no voice left by the end of the show. So yes. So keep in mind that's coming up. So remember that we will send out polls. You guys can tell us, and we will compile all of your votes and opinions, and we will come up with a list of what you voted for each category that we pick. So yeah. So keep that in mind as we go forward. All right. So there's that little piece of business out of the way. Jeff, let's get started with the top 3 of the week, and I will let you go and give your number 3.
All right. So my number 3 this week is going to go to, it's going to go to Raw.
Okay.
As a whole. Because I felt like it was a really good show, which is something they desperately needed. When's the last time we said a go-home show on Raw was strong? Been a while. That was a go-home show, and it was pretty good. So I really like what they're doing. I really like the direction, especially if you have Triple H involved, because, I mean, honestly, when he was on Raw back in the day, I think about the most enjoyable times for Monday Night Raw, and a lot of those moments are when Triple H was involved. So who better to restore some of that back to Raw than Triple H himself? So yeah, Raw was amazing. Sonny Wolf, just one of the moments I loved was Alexa and Morrison going over the barricade.
Oh, that was priceless.
I mean, she just jumped on him like a spider monkey. And just...
that was absolutely priceless. That's a great shout.
Yeah.
Great shout.
That's my number 3.
My number 3, and I'm going right back there, because my number 3 was seeing Funhouse Bray wrestle, and was he brutal?
Woo.
was he brutal? Like that match, and I know Miz got some offense in, but dude, that was a glorified squash. He literally, that was a squash match. And I mean, it wasn't even close. And, we're used to seeing him come out and kind of, he gets his offense in Funhouse Bray, but he usually loses. Oh, man, he just tore Miz apart, and it was brutal. He was using a lot of the same moves the Fiend did, and then he comes up with that. He has that little side slam thing that he does now. And man, they captured it now. I know I grabbed it in a photo, but a lot of people captured it too, where you saw that moment where, Miz kind of he had him in a lock, like right against the ropes, and Miz was kind of looking the other direction, and he was looking at him, and you just saw, like, you just knew, Miz, you're screwed. You are just screwed. And, now you got to see what Alexa Bliss is going to do, because is she just going to stand back? Nope. Yeah, and does she even care that she's taken on men? Nope. She just went right after Morrison and just over that barricade, like didn't even care. And then she comes waltzing out, walking on that platform, coming out like I don't even know. It was like a demented Disney princess. But oh my goodness, that was just so good. And Bray was brutal. Like I said, just seeing him wrestle. Oh man, Butterspark said, yeah, he was dominant. Oh, he absolutely was. It was just insane. And again, it was the first time we saw Funhouse Bray wrestle on TV. So a lot of firsts. We saw the Fiend wrestle a match on SmackDown before he left that show. And then, of course, now the very first time we saw Bray as Funhouse Bray wrestle on Monday Night Raw. So the match was an impromptu match. Miz came out. I knew it. Miz came out bad mouthing him. So you knew, where are they going with this? And a lot of you guys even said, so, well, I guess it's going to be TLC. They're going to wrestle again at TLC. I'm not so sure. I don't know if that's where they're going with it. They could. Don't get me wrong, they could. I would imagine it would be the Fiend, because of how we saw Alexa and Bray both leave the arena, and they were both kind of staring up at the Fiend on that Titantron. So we'll see. But that was really impressive, and just seeing him, just come out that way and look dominant was really cool. So that's my number 3. Jeff, what is your number 2?
All right, man. So my number 2 moment is gonna go to AEW.
Okay.
And honestly, a lot of it has to do with Moxley and his announcement. Oh, and by the way, before I keep going, we have another birthday in the chat.
Oh, we do.
So happy birthday, Dan.
Oh, Dan T.
Yeah, hopefully you've had a great day.
They say it's your birthday. There you go. There you go. Very nice. 2 birthdays tonight, Dan and Rusty. Very cool. Dual birthday show tonight. That's awesome.
Awesome. But yeah, I've liked Moxley as a champion, and that he makes the announcement. He always does great promos. And I'm really looking forward to see what what the match is between he and Kenny Omega. I think it's going to be great. Honestly, I do. But yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason, all that news, just him dropping it the way that he did, which is the probably the most bizarre way to drop that your wife is pregnant. But hey, I liked it. I like Moxley. So yeah, that's my number 2 for the week.
All right. Yeah. I mean, and you know what? Again, I heard him talking about this. So Bully Ray was talking about this today on Busted Open as well. And he said, the thing is with wrestling is, a lot of it is these people are coming out and they're delivering real promos. And that's maybe why, like, he even said that, because they've interviewed him a bunch of times on their show. And he said that that's just genuinely how he is. Like, he'll come out and he'll say things that are completely out of the blue, but that's kind of just because he's just being real. And a lot of, Bully Ray kind of said he kind of wished that that WWE would be more like that, like be a little more real. They brought up Asuka with it too. It was a very weird discussion. J Money Jeff has joined us. Hello to you. Thanks for joining. and C Wrestling is here too. Hello, C. How are you? He's playing his PS5. Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. But they brought up Asuka, and they were just saying how like Asuka, coming out and kind of, with the comedy stuff that she does, which is great. I mean, it's funny stuff, but you wonder if they would let her be a little more real. You know what I mean? Like not so much the cartoon character that they have her, portraying, but letting her be a little more herself. That maybe, I don't know, maybe people would enjoy it more. So if there's one thing that AEW does a little different than WWE, it's the promos that they do, and I do think that they let them rather. I think that they let their athletes do a little more realistic stuff, and not have it maybe so scripted. Yeah, no, I agree, Jeff. I agree. And he came out with that in the middle of a promo, but it's, hey, like I said, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2. I'm gonna go right back to NXT, and that match last night between Rhea and Io Shirai. Just an amazing match, and their women's division can rival anyone's. NXT's can, and obviously a lot of them have now been promoted up to the main roster. So of course a lot of them aren't there anymore that used to be there, but they are just still really, really good. And look, you can't say anything about them because they have main event matches devoted to their women, and they have it a lot. And I remember when Cross went down, when Balor went down, and people were saying, well, you know what, now should be the time that the women get pushed to the forefront there, because you have amazing women in your promotion. So you know what, let the main event the show. And to their credit, they did, and they're killing it. They're absolutely killing it. We saw an amazing main event at Halloween Havoc. I saw an amazing main event last night. I mean, that's a, Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley, that's a pay-per-view main event.
Yeah.
And to see that on a show on a Wednesday night, I mean, kudos, absolute kudos. It was an amazing match. And they both gave their all. I mean, poor Rhea, her ear was a mess. Oh, was that a mess? A bloody mess. But yeah, like I said, they you love to see the women being spotlighted. And as opposed to on AEW, where yes, Thunder Rosa was on the show again, but she lost. It was the same match. She fought Serena Deeb again. She lost again. Britt Baker interfered, which really didn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense because they don't really have a history. And that was kind of it. Yeah, like it just so, and I mean they've got talent over there too. It's just not being utilized. So we've said this many times before, but kudos to NXT for pushing these women and having these women as main event matches. It's really, really cool to see, and that match was absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. All right, Jeff, what was your number one?
Number one. Promise I'm not on their payroll. The Rascals.
Oh yeah.
The Rascals and their send-off was absolutely everything we thought it would be, plus a ton of emotions. The stuff that they did in that match, I mean, some of the move sets, some of the spots, they were crazy. There's no other way to say it. They were just crazy. So, I no matter where they end up, I really do believe that they're going to be successful. And is when you see guys like that just make your viewing experience fun and that much better every time you see them on screen. Like on screen, anytime you heard their music or saw the 420 jackets or any of that stuff, I mean, it's like that was an amazing moment. And just seeing their emotions at the end. I mean, those were genuine emotions from everyone, because that's what they bring. Like that's what they bring to the locker room. And I'm sad that they're no longer going to be an Impact, because I feel like they added something to the show that I don't see anyone else on the show being able to fulfill. But I'm excited to see where they end up, because man, I mean that they're so talented, and I just can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look. We'll just keep talking about that because that was my number one as well. There wasn't any question about it. What was more? I mean, look, I don't remember watching too many things of when you knew someone was going to leave a promotion, and they had a celebration for it on the show, and they kept mentioning it. And look, the thing that was cool to me is, like, right up to the very end, everybody still kept thinking it was a work. Like,
Yeah.
right up to the very end, they were like, all right, when is Scott D'Amore going to come out and offer them new contracts? All right, when is he going to come out? So when is he going to come out? Like, so when, and even then when they walked into the backstage and they got attacked by Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock, even then people were like, okay, well, are they staying? I mean, the way that they did it, the way they handled it, like Jeff said, the match itself was absolutely amazing to spotlight what they do. It was almost like a sales pitch when they probably don't need one, because I'm sure they have an idea of where they're going. The rumors are that they're going to NXT. So, but that's what it was. They just showcased everything that they could do in a match, and they just let them do it. And they had their friend Rich Swann in the match with them. And then, man, when they hung their jerseys up on that rope,
Oh man.
if you're not, if you're not getting a little bit teary-eyed when you see something like that, and I know this is wrestling, look, I get it, but when you're not getting a little verklempt, when you're seeing that with those jerseys hung up on the ropes, I mean, that was really cool. And yeah, it was a great moment, and I really hope that those guys get their comeuppance, and I hope they get their due wherever they go. And I know Jeff tweeted it out after the show, and then I kind of tweeted it out also, and we got some a couple of them. Desi, I know, liked my tweet, and I know we got a little bit of attention there, which again is always cool to see that. Sean Rousset says they were my favorite tag team in Impact. Yeah, and it's it's hard. It's hard to watch these guys go when they leave one brand, and even though you're going to see them, it's not the same, because they may have a different gimmick, they might have something else going on, and it's hard. It's hard to see these guys leave and going somewhere else, even though you're happy for them on the same note, because that they're going on to bigger and better things. So really excited to see where the Rascals end up, and yeah, that was definitely my number one too. It was a great moment, and really, 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 really cool to see. And even though, yes, a little bit sad as well, but still really a great moment. So yeah, so we agree. We have matching number ones. Look at that, Jeff. 2 birthdays in the chat and matching number ones this week.
There we go, man.
Oh man, awesome. So all right. Let me see if anybody's in. So Dan T has joined us. Hello, Dan T. If I didn't say hello to you already. Days Fan is changing out his personalities like crazy, like he always does. I'm seeing Goldberg talk in the chat. Of course, why wouldn't I? Hello, Joshua Mickelson. If I didn't say hello to you. All right. So give us your. What moment really got to you guys this week? What were your moments of the week? Let us know. Some of you said, who said Drew McIntyre winning? Yeah, big moment.
There were a couple people that said Drew.
Yeah, talking about Drew's victory, getting that title back. Yeah, very big moment for him. He's gone on to beat Randy Orton and to take that title back. And now we get to see what should be a really good match on Sunday with Drew and Roman Reigns. That match should be one of the better matches, of course. And yeah, we've got a pretty good, you know what, Survivor Series, yes, it's Raw versus SmackDown. Nothing's really on the line, but we've got some makings of some good matches. Drew and Roman, Asuka and Sasha Banks, the Street, how about Jeff, the Street Profits and the New Day?
Man,
Oh,
That's gonna be,
yeah.
that's
I
gonna
mean,
be amazing.
oh man, we've got some really cool matches that are coming up on that. Yeah, the 5 versus 5 is going to be screwy. That's kind of the screwy matches that you'll see. A lot of people are saying, of course, everybody's thinking Lana's going to go through a table again during that at some point in time. But they're going to be a little goofy, and they're always kind of fun. Now people wondering if Retribution's going to show up there with a team of their own, and maybe that'll be a third team that's coming in. They, by the way, took over WWE's Twitter. If you hadn't seen, WWE's Twitter was invaded. I think it was a few days ago. Might have been on Tuesday. And they kind of took their Twitter down, and they were just tweeting their old selves out there. And I really tried to get a retribution out there because, but I didn't do it in time. They gave up on it. And then I did tweet one out, but I just wanted to get a picture of the dude with the plate on his head and send it to Slapjack, just because. Just because I just wanted to do it. But yeah, I think Survivor Series is going to be fun. Of course, NXT not involved this year, but I think that was only because of the situation they ran into last year where they couldn't get back from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. There was so much buzz when NXT showed up on SmackDown.
Yeah,
that they had to do it because it was just amazing. But yeah, I'm excited for Survivor Series. It's going to be bittersweet though because of the Undertaker, but
yes.
But yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, dude, honest to God, if we get another situation where, we're talking about the Rascals. If we get a situation where, the urn and the hat gets left in the ring at the end and you just see the smoke and the purple and everything, and that's how it ends. Oh, dude, that's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
That's going to be.
I have a prediction for you.
Okay.
People are going to think I'm crazy. Lana will be the sole survivor.
I think, yeah, you know what? I'm going with you there. I think too. I think that's going to happen too. Now, whether or not she gets the sole survivor and she wins and then she goes through the table afterwards, which probably could happen. But I agree. I kind of think so too. I think Lana's going to win that match. I agree with you. I think she is going to be the sole survivor. Yeah, I agree.
But we'll get into that tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll talk about that during our prediction show. Yes, good segue. All right. So there you go, guys. We got through the news with you, talked about all the latest stuff, went to that crazy thing going on with AEW. We discussed that. I'm sure there'll be much more news coming down the pike on that in the next few days. So just pay attention to all of the social medias for that. And yeah, don't forget, like I said, keep in mind about we're gonna compile a list. And you know what? I saw a few of you in chat already do this. So you know what? Here's what I want you guys to do. I'm going to give you homework. Do on this video, okay? On the comments of our video, please do this. If we can get each one of you or a couple of you to give it, go into the comments and put out what awards you would like to see this week. What awards you would like to see this week. This year. What awards you would like to see us do for our awards show? Because like I said, we're going to be, we're going to have you guys voting. We'll have the regulars. We'll have, wrestler of the year, female wrestler of the year, match of the year. Those kind of things will be there, of course. But let us know in the comments of our video tonight after you're done and after you go over and hit like on the video, which I know you guys all do. So after that, go ahead into the comments of the video and let us know what awards. I know I'm going to get 6,000 Goldberg awards. I know I'm going to get 6,000 Goldberg awards. But yeah. Along with the Goldberg awards, please go and let us know seriously what awards you would like to see us talk about this year. Okay, let us know what you would like to see us have and present, and we'll to get polls out for as to what you guys want to vote for. Because again, we started off back in March with this being your show, the community show, right? We still are. It still is. So there's no reason not to have you guys letting us know what rewards you want or awards you want to have. Okay. So please go and do that. No, I'm not using that butter spark. It's funny. It's funny. I'll give you that, but I like Tiggs better. I just like Tiggs. I don't know why. I like Tiggs. I like Tiggs. Vince likes Tiggs. See? So I don't know. I just like it. I like the abbreviation TIGS. And maybe it reminds me of Tigger and Winnie the Pooh. I always loved Tigger. So I like Tiggs. I like Tiggs. But you can call it whatever the heck you want. It doesn't matter. It's only our award show, so who cares? But yeah, so go ahead and do that for me after the show. Leave a comment. Let us know what awards you want to see for the year of 2020. Because, we are going to have some good things that happened in this year. I'm determined. I'm determined to make sure that everybody knows that we had some good things happen in 2020. I know it's hard to keep that at the top of mind, but I'm determined to make sure that happens. All right, Jessi, you're up. It is your time now, Jessi Calynn. It is time for, yes, look at that. We got a little moving camera now. Look at that, Jessi. You got a camera.
I know. I mean, she's got her own little
look at
graphic
that.
now. So
Look at that. Look at that. And don't forget, we are sponsored by Manscaped. Yes, shave your balls, guys. Yes, we are sponsored by Manscaped. Don't forget to use the promo code for that. We've got 2 birthday people in it. Look, Rusty and Dan T. Each of you, right, should go to manscaped.com, use promo code insiders, and send the other package. Send Dan, you send Rusty send to Dan. Look at that. What a perfect gift you can give. What a perfect gift for both of those guys, both of those gentlemen, refining the gentleman. Make sure you're clean. You're all good to go down there. You get all these nice products from Manscaped. But yes, there you go. Use our promo code insiders for 20% off on these great products from Manscaped. DJ B Tazzy says, nice graphics. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Little film camera going there. I like it. So there you go. Jessi, it is your time now. Let's Jessi's going to give us some jokes. In the meantime, I'm going to talk about what's coming up for the rest of the week again, if you missed it at the beginning. So tomorrow night after SmackDown at 10:10. There used to be a show on 10:10. Yeah, Rintint. Yeah, there used to be a radio station around me, I think, called 1010 Wins. Because I remember they used to have contests back in the day. Remember when they used to have radio contests and giveaways and all that kind of stuff? I actually won one of those once. I think I won a Rod Stewart CD or something like that because I was guessing something. I might have guessed like the lyrics or something or other. I don't remember. But yeah, so 10:10. Very easy to remember. 10:10 tomorrow night after SmackDown. We will be on live doing our prediction show. So make sure you join us for that. Nothing on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we will be back. And it will be Jeff. And it will be Jody. It will be maybe Brandy. And it will be DJ.
She has confirmed that she can do it.
All right. So there you go. Brandy makes a return. That's awesome. And DJ B Tazzy will be on the panel as well. And then I will join in the fun at around 8 o'clock, 8:10-ish, whenever it is I walk through my door. I will jump right on the computer and join you guys. And so we will have a stream of Survivor Series. Days Fan, oh boy, I don't even want to answer what the request is going to be because it's either going to be about Goldberg or about some kind of DM you're going to send me with some kind of a horror gif on it. So yeah, I know that's got to be it. So yes. I got several, a few of which you heard Rusty Shackelford. Too good not to share here, though, says Jessi. Okay, so Jessi's got a few jokes for us tonight, so there you go. Oh, and by the way, yes, the interview we did tonight, man, I can't wait for you guys to hear it because it's amazing. What an amazing interview it was, and it put us in such a good mood coming in here. I'm sorry we were late, but could not be helped. It was such a great interview with Monique Dupree, and was such an awesome interview with her, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. It was so much fun, and she's just absolutely great, an actress. Many horror films to her credit. And she's also a wrestler in House of Hardcore, and she is she is with Tommy Dreamer. So the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, and the detective of Johnny Bravo. So yeah, Joe just hopes I don't get a text from or a message from Tommy Dreamer.
I have an update on that, by the way, too.
Oh,
but
no.
we got a joke on the screen.
Okay. Oh boy, now like that. The joke for me here. All right, let's see. Joke number 1 from Jessi Calynn. I tried to catch some fog, but I missed. Oh, I missed. I like it. Oh, that's nice. Very cool. Days Fan says it's not Goldberg and it's not horror. I'm shocked. What is it? What is it? Butterspark's talking in code. I don't know what you're saying. He's talking in puns. Yes, Rusty, puns. That is a pun. Very good. All right, what's your update, Jeff? What is it? I don't know if I want to hear though.
So no, let's just say you just missed hearing from or seeing the innovator of violence himself. She said, no sooner than I hung up, everyone but Tommy just showed up, which means he's coming because he dropped them off. So,
oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You know what? She gave us a really, really high compliment.
What'd she say?
She said that this was one of her favorite podcasts that she's ever done.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's amazing. She was great. She was absolutely great. We've done some really, really amazing interviews over the course of this past several months, and she's right up there. She was absolutely awesome to talk to. Really, really fun. But yes, I agree, and thank her very much for that. It was an amazing interview. All right, Jessi has another. My friend said he didn't like his beard at first, but it grew on him. Oh, very nice. Very nice. All these people have requests. Sean Rousset said, I called it Tommy Dreamer. Yes, I know. I might be in trouble. I might be in big trouble. Eric says, I also have a request. I'm demanding Becky Awards. Days Fan, what's a Becky Award? And I mean, who would win it but Becky? So like what I mean, I'm all up for a women awards. Like what is a Becky Award? You gotta explain. Eric says he also has a request. I'm guessing what is that? I'm in big trouble, guys. I'm really nervous now. We have an in to Tommy Dreamer. That's not a good thing. Because I mean he's sticking people to lie detectors and everything. I might be in trouble. This girl said, okay, Jessi, joke number 3. This girl said she knew me from the vegetarian club, but I never met her before. Oh, that's cute. I like that one. Her before. Oh, I like it. Oh, now Rusty, look at this on his birthday. Rusty said, I used to be afraid of hurdles, but I got over it. Oh, look at this. Beulah. Butterspark's talking Beulah McGillicuddy. Oh, yeah. No, I know. Her and Tommy were married. Yes.
Yeah, and we might have had a little discussion.
Yeah, we did. We did have a little discussion about that particular subject. Yes, we did. Oh, God. Butterspark, the Goldies. No, we will not have an award called the Goldies. That's not happening. New request. Can we time out Rusty and Jessi, both of them? No, we cannot. We're not timing out. China Award. Should it be like a China Award? China, you know what? China should really be inducted in the Hall of Fame. I don't think there's any question about that. Butterspark says 11 out of 10. He's grading the jokes. Jessi, you have any more? What'd you give us? 2 so far?
3.
3? Oh, we got 3? Did I read all 3? We got one from Rusty, I know.
Yeah, she gave us the fog
The beard. Okay, yeah. The beard and it. Yes. Okay. Oh, nope. There's another one. I dropped out of the communism class because of lousy marks. Oh, nice. They're very clever. Lousy marks. Very clever. Very clever. Joshua wants the Best of the World award. Sure, Joshua. You can award yourself any award you want to give yourself. You can be the best of the world if that's what you want to be. You can be anything you want. Eric says, my request, can there be a guy who tried to kill Bravo and a McAfee award? Sure. A McAfee award? Oh, God. Yeah, it's they were all over Tazzy's stream last night with Pat McAfee. All over Tazzy's stream last night with Pat McAfee stuff. So now we only have Goldberg, but now we have Pat McAfee too. Yeah, we have McAfee going all over the place. Jessi, this is a short one here. Broken pencils are pointless. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Well, it has been fun as always, guys. More so tonight than usual because we came off of an amazing interview. Who is the worst shot of 2020? Yeah, that, well, you know, my dad always used to tell me when I was younger that I wasn't much of a shot when we go deer hunting. You know, I missed many times. So, yeah. Why the hell am I saying that? Oh, the stuff just comes to my head, and I said, you know what? I'm done. I can't say anymore. Jessi's still going. Velcro. What a ripoff. Oh, yes. Very nice. Very nice. Dave's fan of me should be awarded the best Goldberg promoters. Well, that goes without saying. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
You guys should. You really should. Goldberg should appreciate your promotion. We're taking a class trip to the Coca-Cola factory, and I really hope we don't have a pop quiz. Oh, look at that. Rusty's joining in. My wife bought a new whiteboard for the house. It's remarkable. Oh, that's awesome. God, they're going to keep going. Apparently, the Energizer Bunny was arrested. He was apparently charged with battery. Oh man. You guys. You guys. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, look. It's that time of the evening for us to get along, moseying along. We've got another show to do tomorrow night, which is unusual. But yes, anyway, thank you all for coming, even though I know it was late. We started late, but thank you all. Appreciate you all waiting for us because, like I said, we wanted to make sure that we finished up that amazing interview that we did. And
apparently, Jessi has two more.
Two more. Okay. She said, if you get a bladder infection, you're in trouble. Oh, yes. Very clever. Very clever. Very clever. She's got two more. Okay. Well, as our little outro pod thing is playing, we'll do the last two. By the way, let's again wish another happy birthday to both Dan and Rusty.
Happy birthday!
Yes. However you got to spend it, I hope you enjoyed both of your days. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us tonight to cap off your birthdays, and I hope you had a great day of celebration. Celebration. Yes. All right. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Be kind to your dentist. He has fillings too. Now we're doing plays on words. I like it. I like it. I like it. Are you talking to Hulk now, Eric? Hulk smash. Yes. Yes. Breaking news. Cartoonist found dead in home. Details are sketchy. Awesome. Jessi was loaded with jokes tonight. Loaded. We got a ton. All right, guys. That is that. Thank you again, like I said, very much. Appreciate your patience with us at the beginning. And keep your eyes peeled for that interview because I know you guys are really going to enjoy it. It was really, really great. We had a great time. And yes, make sure you join us tomorrow night for our Survivor Series preview show at 10:10. Tomorrow night after SmackDown. And of course, again, make sure that you're joining us on Sunday for Survivor Series because we will be streaming Survivor Series on Sunday. That will be, like I said, Jeff, Jody, Brandy, and Tazzy will start it off, and then I will join in as soon as I get home from work. So make sure that you're there for that. And then, of course, next week we'll have Abby's on Monday, talking a little bit about the Alexa's leap over the railing. And then maybe we'll be talking about something else if we see something at Survivor Series. Who knows? And then, of course, Impact Wrestling on Tuesday night following that. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hopefully, we will see you all again tomorrow night for our preview show. And like I always say, stay safe and have a great rest of your night. Take care, everybody.